Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. Come on, meow. That's what I wanted right there. Yep. Straight off the backboard. Honestly, at this point, any fish is going in the fryer. Oh, yep, fish on. Oh dear God in heaven, this is a little bass. Are you flipping kidding me? Are you flipping kidding me? Got him straight in the mouth. That's a nice little bass. I think it's called a Coosa Bass. It's a Georgian Coosa Bass. And I have a little Coosa Bass, just a little guy. We're going to see what this guy tastes like. I've got mixed reviews on freshwater bass.
I caught you a delicious bass.
Real quickly, we're going to have a little feeding frenzy with all the buds. Now let's see what the little dude's been eating. Look, he's been eating little crabs. See, that's a little crab all mashed up in there. That's a little freshwater crawdad.
I'm Caleb Crawdad, I do declare.
So when you come back to fish for fish in this little section of water here, you know roughly what he's eating. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for that. Quickly gonna clean it out. And let's take that back to the kitchen and Reka Coosa Bass. Okay, so I've just caught this red-eye bass, otherwise known as a Coosa bass, native to the Georgia area. And what I'm gonna do is, I've never eaten this specific fish before, so I'm gonna do a real simple fry of the fish. I'm gonna fry the fish whole, and I'm gonna, it's mildly inspired by some of my adventures in nature. I just wanna make sure that we get to, you know, taste what this fish is like. I don't have high expectations on this freshwater bass, but you know, at the same time, I want to make sure that I get to taste what the fish actually tastes like, and I'm not over glamorizing it.
See what it tastes like.
With all of the, you know, outside flavors. That way, at the end of the show, I can make some suggestions on actually maybe what you can do with the fish, how that's actually going to look. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of eggs. I'm going to make a very light egg batter, just simple egg, nothing else. I am going to put some slices into the fish to allow the flavor to go in. I'm going to salt it. I'm going to put a little bit of flavoring on there. Another way that you can do that is just get some very simple cornmeal or some standard whole flour, and just lightly flour it. It'll give it a nice crispy texture. I have like a Louisiana style fish fry crust coating with me, which I'm going to use, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's get cracking. So the first thing I need to do, I need to scale this fish. Okay, so I want to scale this fish. I don't have a scaler with me. If you don't have a scaler, you can just take your fillet knife, and we're just going to push back against. I'm just using that front part of my fillet knife there to get the majority of those scales off. Okay, so let's take our scaled red-eye bass, and we just want to cut down to the spine there. And the reason we want to do that is we want to let all of the flavor just penetrate that part of the meat. Now this is obviously the rib section here, so it's a little harder to do that, but still do it as good as you can. Also, it's going to cause the fish to naturally cook a little faster. There we go. Nice little. A minute. Okay, so that being said, so we have both sides of our fish taken care of. Let's take a couple of eggs now. Just going to take a fork, and I am going to mix that very simple batter. I don't want this being crazy over the top, but I want it being just enough. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pink Himalayan salt, and I'm going to give this fish a heavy salting. Okay. Then I'm going to take my outdoor cooker. I am going to fill my pan so that's enough for a shallow fry. Okay, we'll be doing this fish 2 sides. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this fish and I'm going to lightly dredge it in this egg. Okay, and make sure that egg gets up all in the gut cavity. And in the head cavity area. Okay, so that being said, let's just do that. And then I have some of my blend of fish fry and herbs and spices and seasonings and rubs. Okay, I'm just going to take that fish and we're going to just do a shake and bake.
A little bit of shake and then bake. Shake and bake!
Okay, so I'm going to take this fish that I just put in the bag, just a standard Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to move it around a little bit. Shake and bake, buddy.
Shake and bake!
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake!
We'll call this a Cal special.
Ricky Bobby is my best friend.
Okay, I'm going to bring that oil up to heat. Now, I don't want to have an excess of crust. Like I said, I want this fish to be relatively simple. I don't want to be too crazy with it. See, so it's got all into the cavities there where I put all of that there's received the seasoning and the herbs. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to take the fish, I'm going to lay it straight into my fry pan. Now that fish is going to shrink a little bit. You can already see it moving now. It's shrinking straight down. It'll eventually pull that tail down into the oil. Okay, I'm gonna flip this fish. So the fish is going to cook approximately 2 minutes each side. I just flipped this right now after 2 minutes on the first side, and you can see it's starting to look really good. All the flesh is turning nice and white, opaque. I think we got ourselves a winner, people. One more quick turn, just to crisp it off. With as much oil as possible, just drip off. lay it in the serving dish here. I'm going to hit it with a little salt. Going to dredge some fresh lime over the top. That's my go-to when it comes to fish. Now I'm guessing there's a lot of people frowning on eating bass. Probably a lot of people, and I understand there's a whole American fishing industry. This is the first for me. I ain't never done it before. So let's go in. I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion of what I think. Okay. Very tender. Let me try a little piece without any crust. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's not the best. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Hey, if you get the chance to come out to Georgia and you get to eat a Coosa or red-eye bass, give it a shot. Throw it in some hot oil. Whack some of your favorite seasoning on it. Dredge it with a bit of lime or lemon. You ain't gonna be mad. I ain't mad. Hey guys, Reka just passed 100 subscribers. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been tuning in and sharing these videos. And I appreciate all of you doing this. Thank you so much. To all of the new viewers, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell and join me on this Reka venture. Have a great day, and thanks again.